Hey there guys, my name is Marek and I specialize in somatic work primarily on how we can release the tension and heal the wounds, trauma by ourselves. And in this video, I'm going to share with you my perspective on the tension in the head and what to do about it. Only because I've read so many times, someone starts to meditate, they start to be aware of the breath, they start to be aware of the tension, or out of nowhere there is this huge tension in the head and but they don't know what to do about it. They went to doctor, they do the blood test, the medical things, and it got nothing to do with that. So this is my perspective. The first option, that the tension in the head is caused by something stuck in the neck or in the back. The solution for this is going for a massage or learning to the extent how we can do the release by our own. And I'm going to do the somatic exercise for that. So this is the first option. The second option, the tension can be caused by something traumatic that happened to us, or we just don't know why it's there, or when someone starts to meditate, they're focusing on the breath too much, therefore they create this tension in the head. So what is the right approach to resolve it? So the first thing is something called a do nothing meditation or open awareness meditation practice when there is no focus on the breath. So I would lay down on the bed or I would sit down with the drop shoulders. It's very important to have the stability inside, so to be clear-minded, well-rested, not being tired, not doing it after heavy food. Also, if I had argument with someone and I got angry or there are a lot of emotions inside, first those things need to be taken care of. Then also not doing it after exercising when endorphins are present. Also when the cortisol, that we are a lot of anxious right now, first we need to take care of those states because there are like layers that needs to be first processed before we can dive deeper within. And we need to learn how we can learn to relax more and being with the tension inside of us without trying to resolve it, without trying to get rid of it. Because what happens many times when someone gets certain tension in their body, it can be in the head somewhere, or we start to be frustrated about it. We don't want it to be there. We want to get rid of it. And this means is that I'm creating deeper connection with it because now I'm not approaching it from the position of care, understanding, love, compassion. I'm approaching it from the position is that I hate you. I don't want you to be here. Like, go away. This means it just stays there only because the resistance is like a deeper connection with it. What resists persists in a way. So the approach is that when I start to breathe into the belly, I'm just aware of the tension. I'm not trying to get rid of it. That is okay, that is there. That I'm at peace with that. What might happen are two things. So maybe it's going to be stuck there and it's not going to do anything. This means is that the gentle breath needs to be applied because behind the breath you have the energy and you can move with the breath, with the energy into parts of your body. So when this is the tension. What I'm going to do, you know, when you are in a forest and there is this gentle, I don't know if you experienced that, the gentle wind that is like so smooth and it feels good when it's summer, let's say. And that's kind of wind we want to provide for the tension. If you just stuck there, it's not reacting after even 20-25 minutes in the practice when I'm just breathing. I would provide a gentle breath with care, love, compassion, understanding, and we would see how it's going to react. This is the first option. What might happen is that it's just not reacting, we're just being with that. So we need to provide a little bit different frequency, different energy, and how it's going to, if it's going to move, maybe the pressure would intensify, maybe we would awaken something, maybe we would start to cry, maybe through the eyes I would have just like tears, or I would start shaking, who knows, right? But first option. The second option is that it's going to release by its own, by our own relaxed presence, that we don't even have to breathe into it or even look into it. So this is the second option what might happen. So I would start breathing, and I have also experience with that, and the tension would be in the head and it would start to process by its own by the what kind of frequency I provide for the body, more relaxation, more care, more understanding, more just being within. So I have experienced that when I was working on some projects and it would be a lot of tense and I would have this tension in the head that would be building up, and it wouldn't work out the way that I would like, so I would get frustrated, and then I would feel, it's like, yeah, I need to take a break, because I would feel this kind of lightning in the head, and it would be like lightning bolts, like ping, ping, ping. I'm like, whoo, this is interesting. So what I would do is that I would lay down on the bed. It's like, okay, I wouldn't be full of emotions. I wouldn't be full of food. I wouldn't be tired. So I would just start breathing regularly into the belly. And I was just listening to the lightning bolts. Like you would listen to a great song. Like, okay. And it would, it would go like this for a few minutes. And then it would smooth like this. And this. And then it would stop by its own. Because what I was doing, I was just being with that. But imagine what would happen. I would get the lightning bolts. And I'm like, oh my God, what I'm going to do? What is happening in me? Why is it happening? And I was like, yeah, I need to take some pills to take care of the situation. I would provide more tension, more stress. And that wouldn't be effective. So that's something that has been my own experience, and also working with attention. So the ear tension can be processed by its own, that I provide relaxation, but maybe what needs to be applied when it's nothing happening there, if even after some time, then just like gentle breath there, that we need to feel through the tension. Because I had experience when I was working with the tension near my heart, and I would just be breathing, it would just stay there. So I was aware of it, but what needs to be applied is that I would just look into it and approach it with care and love and this gentle breath and being with it and just breathing into it. And then it would like, it would like a sharp pain, like re-experiencing that. But I found out in that way it would happen. The problem is that when people start to meditate and they start, let's say, to start to be aware of the breath, but it's here that needs attention. But they're aware of the breath and we are doing it in not the right way. They're like focusing too much. They're blocking the mind. They're blocking everything. They're like, yeah, but I need to focus on the breath. Even when it's there, I'm just going to focus on the breath. And just observe what is happening even when I say it. I provide more tension. So in the moment, I don't provide more relaxation for the tension. I provide more tension for the tension. Therefore, it can be released and processed. So I hope this provided you value. And how is my experience working with that, and try it out in the next session. Just lay down on the bed, shoulders drop down, or even sitting, having comfortable position when you're going to be well rested and you're going to be sharp, and you want to provide more relaxation into the belly, through the nose, and letting the body breathe how it wants to breathe. I got full community how you can work with this certain level of tension. It's called Somatic Feel. I invite you there. I know it's good, because this is years of working on my side. So thank you very much and have a great day and goodbye.